Hey guys, so the other day I was asked a question about the sawdust rocket stove I built. I'll put the link right here. Whether or not you can choke it down, make it last longer by using a metal lid over it with a hole in it. So that's what I did. I drilled a hole. I could have just removed this cap, but I really wanted it centered to go along my original premise. If you didn't see that, what it basically is this is a way to burn sawdust. Believe it or not, sawdust is a really hard thing to burn because it's not compact. It'll just kind of smolder and blow out. But what I have here is just a metal bucket. That's it, with a hole in the bottom. And now a metal bucket with a hole in the bottom and a hole in the lid. So what I'm going to do is I take a pipe, I insert the pipe, and I have, it's roughly like a 2.5 inch hole. I insert the pipe in, then I insert a skinnier pipe on top of that, and then I just pack sawdust around it, and it burns essentially like a rocket stove. But I'm going to do that, but then I'm going to apply the lid over the top and see if we get a lot longer burn and have it all contained. So let me fill it up, and we'll go from there. It lasted about 4 hours, just as is, so I thought that was pretty good, but we'll see if we can get it to last even longer. So I actually have it packed pretty tight. It's bulging a little bit because I want to get this on here. So I'll just put this down and I'll just pinch over a couple of these tabs. So there we go. That's going to ensure that that's nice and tightly packed. Now before you ask, yes, I have done dirt and sand on top. One of the issues with doing that is it starts just, the sawdust is so light, it starts just kind of falling down, and I think it actually kind of almost starts putting the fire out instead of helping it. It does help the top from smoldering and just kind of smoking, so I think this will help control the burn, and it'll keep the top from just creating excess smoke, so it'll be a cleaner burn. But whether it burns at all or not, we'll see. It's getting dark here pretty quick, but I'm going to light this, and then I'll do some updates as we go, but it's going to be dark, so hopefully you can see. So I'll just pull this out. And it felt like it came out nice and clean. In there, you can see the light, so it's clear. So let's get this lit. So all I need to light it is just a stick. I just have this on fire just a little bit. We'll just start holding that around the opening, and it'll just start taking off. You can see it's starting to come up. So right now it's actually 5:26, so we'll see how long this burns. So theoretically this should burn until at least 9:30, 10, 11 o'clock tonight. So I'll just let it keep going. There we go, it's been going for 10 minutes now and it's fully taken off, no smoke. Guys, it's been 1 hour and it's actually went out. And I can light it for a second, but it's actually not burning in the hole anymore. This flame is actually coming from the edge. I don't know if you guys can see. So what it's doing is it's actually burning wood gas. So the porous, it'll burn in there for a second, but then it'll heat up and it's actually just burning the wood gas from around here. Oh, it's not even hot at all. Now it's going to keep going. Barely tried to get it to keep going, but it'll blow out in a second. There we go, guys. It's been an hour and a half and it is out. It went out at about an hour and I was able to relight it. So putting the lid on it did make it burn cleaner in the beginning, but what it does, I mean, because generally what this fire does is it hollows out a little bit underneath as it burns around, but as it burns up here, it kind of hollows this out, gets this bigger and bigger and bigger, and constantly creates new material for it to burn, and the lighter ash just drops down, but it kind of funnels itself out, kind of builds a funnel. But by having this restrictive top up here, it really hasn't let it spread, so it won't even, you know, it's good hot embers right now, but it won't continue burning for me. I can get it to light for a second, and then it'll light for a second and it'll just burn right out. It just won't stabilize. So it did create a cleaner fire for the first, like, you know, half hour, 45 minutes over leaving it open. but I think you'd be better off just, if you want to do that, put a little bit of sand or something to that effect. That's that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take off the top and see if I can get it to continue burning, because it's pretty much dead in the water. I can't get it to, it's hollowed out pretty good there. And I'll bring the camera down there, see if you can see. But it's restricted itself just to the same size of that hole, because I actually had it, you know, it was actually only this wide to begin with. So it's worked its way out to the same size of that hole, and that's about all it'll do. And it's worked itself out pretty good in there. It's cleaned out the bottom, but it really hasn't allowed it to burn as long as it normally does. So we can pop off the top and see if we can do a continued burn. Hey, there it goes. It automatically just lit up just by dropping, getting some new, you know, doing what it likes to do. There we go. That's about the phase it should be right about now. There's a big flame. So I'll let that keep burning and we'll see how long it burns from now. Well guys, there she sits. It actually did not burn at all. Let's bring it in. Let me pick it up and bring it in the garage. There we go, smoking. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's about a quarter of it left in there. It went about 3 hours. Doing the lid actually kind of messed up the way that it normally widens and funnels itself out. It kind of narrowed it and made it create a bigger cavity underneath. So as soon as I did take off the lid, it really just wanted to kind of collapse on itself. So restricting the top didn't seem to work as good as I thought. I have done like a little bit of dirt and sand on the top, and that seemed to be okay. It seemed to kind of keep the excess smoke down in the beginning, but it really never seemed to make it last longer. But there you go, just a little test. If you haven't seen the other video on the rocket stove, just I'll put the link somewhere. Hey, did this because you know, an awesome YouTuber wanted me to do it, so here you go. I hope you enjoy it. You know, it was an awesome idea. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, everybody. See you soon. Bye.